Daughter, I'm sorry. Do you have something to eat? I haven't eaten since yesterday. These words echoed through the silent house of Luciana, a cleaning lady who had lost her job 3 weeks ago. Alone in a small room with cracked walls, she spent her days trying to believe that God still had a plan for her. The refrigerator was empty, the stove was off, and her heart was full of faith. But that day, a knock on the door would change everything. Luciana lived in a small house by the side of the road, with a dirt floor and an old table that served as an altar. Every morning she put on her blue uniform, even though she had nowhere to go, and said, "Today might be the day I find a job." But hunger was already tightening. When the elderly man knocked on the door and asked for food, she looked around and saw that only a piece of bread and a glass of milk remained. For a moment she hesitated, but soon she smiled and said, "Wait a moment, sir. The little I have I will share." As he ate, discreet tears streamed down her face. After the man left, Luciana cleaned the table and sighed. "Lord, I gave what I had, now I only have faith." But before discouragement could take over, another knock sounded at the door. It was a mother with a baby in her arms trembling from the cold. "Miss, may I take shelter for a moment? The rain caught me on the way." Luciana, even without a blanket, opened the door and replied, "Come in, ma'am. There's little inside, but it's warm." She covered the baby with her own sheet and offered the last sip of coffee. The woman cried, thanked her, and left when the rain stopped. When night fell, the house grew quiet. Luciana sat by the window with the faint light of a candle and prayed, "My God, I have nothing, but I still trust in your love." Suddenly, a soft light illuminated the yard. A man in a light tunic walked toward the door. With a serene smile, he said, "May I come in?" Luciana, surprised, replied, "Of course, sir, but forgive me, I have nothing to offer." He smiled and said, "You've already offered me what matters most." The man placed his hand on her shoulder and said, "When you fed that old man, I was the one who served. When you warmed that baby, I was the one who hugged. And now I've come to tell you that your faith was greater than your lack." At that moment, a basket full of bread, fruits, and milk appeared on the table. The candle extinguished itself, and the morning light entered through the window. Luciana wept, overwhelmed. "Jesus, was it you, Lord, all along?" He smiled and replied, "I've always been here, daughter, since your first prayer." And he disappeared in the light. That morning, the sweet smell of bread and hope spread throughout the cleaning lady's house. And ever since, they say that anyone who passes by can smell the fragrance of the miracle, because where there is faith, the little becomes abundance.